I got some wicked.
Sean, did you get that? Wicked D shots on video there. With wicked drone shots.
Oh, is that what you meant?
Yeah. The RGV Tour is the greatest golf tour that the world has ever seen. It stands for Recreational Golf Vehicle Tour. It's not, we've got ourselves an RGV, it's right over there. And we're driving across the country. I say we, it's me, my friends that are meeting up with me, but it's mostly myself, and we've played 403 different golf courses in the past 365 days. And we've visited 47 states, and we've raised over $20,000 for the first tee of Greater Seattle.
Awfully big check you got there.
I carry it with me everywhere I go. Let's go. Let's go, yo. Excuse me in my giant check. When I thought about doing this, I was like, well, why would I be, I mean, that's great. I'm sure I'd have a fantastic time playing golf every day, but there could be more that I could do with it as well. Why don't we add a charitable aspect to this? And that has made a huge difference to me in terms of just giving back for the first tee, giving perhaps other kids the chance to have a similar experience that I have had with the game, to bring joy to some kid that may have never had the opportunity to play golf in his life. And I looked around and I said, there's no place that does a better job of that than the first tee of Seattle. I think our average donation is probably somewhere around $30. So when you add that all up, it's a lot of people just giving a little, and it adds up to quite a bit. It's been a great year. And the RGV Tour would like to present the first tee of Greater Seattle with a check for $20,000. Here, I've got it right over here.
Why Bandon? Why ended at Bandon?
Oh, I mean, it's links golf. I mean, it's golf as it was meant to be. I think that's what the tag is for out here at Bandon. It's a beautiful place. I mean, you could photograph this place for days, months, and still find new places to do it. So it's kind of like a playground to heaven. It's a lot of people have referred it to as that. It's got the feeling. The vibes here are fantastic. Everybody out here is a golf nut. I mean, you come here to golf obsessively, and it's the perfect finishing spot for the RGV Tour. I think it was something like about 1,600 par threes this year, the past 12 months. This is the very last one. Here we go. Ace cam, final take. So this is a story of the ace chase, or the ace hunt is what I often referred to it as. And so when I started this, I was like, I have no hole-in-ones, and I'm gonna play golf every day. Like, I'm gonna get a hole-in-one this year. And so I was off, and I was running every day, at least 4 opportunities, right? Sometimes 8, sometimes 12. I was sure I was gonna get a hole-in-one. And I mean, the summer came, summer went, and I kept track of shots inside of 2 feet on par threes alone.
Yeah.
So 2 feet, I mean, if you're looking at it, it's like that. It's like a pretty small area around the hole. And I had I currently have 18 shots inside of 2 feet with no hole-in-one. This is my last chance for glory. So what better way to be the very final hole, just he knocks it in. I mean, imagine. If it happens here after we've done this interview and then I go out and make a hole-in-one for the first time in my life, I might die. I mean, they'll be screaming, but I mean, it'll be the greatest story ever written.
Oh,
It's got a chance.
Come on.
Oh, come on.
It's got a chance.
Oh my God.
Oh, it's not to me.
Oh.
It's close. I made it semi-dramatic. How about when I get... We're live here on RGV Cribs. It's gonna be a good one today. Come on, let's check out the RGV. I was driving through New York and hit a bump so big, this thing fell off and it filled the entire RGV with the little dust stuff that's in there.
Is that a true story?
It is a true story. I was like, what the hell? I started coughing. It took forever to clean up. Good story there. But come on in. First thing you'll notice, alternative spikes only. None of that tour crap in this van. Coming to the main galley, the living area. This is a podcast studio, photo editing studio, kitchen, and a bed. So a lot of dual purpose things here in the RGV. This is usually lounging area, but with the finale in play, we've got people's stuff up there. They're staying. This is a bunkhouse and a party zone for the RGV tour Abandoned Bonanza, which is our finale. Well, come this way. This is where it gets fancy. You're like, oh, Pat, this RGV is a little cramped. We got a solution for you. Check it out. And now we got room. This is where we got room for the dance party. This is where we do it. The fridge. Let's see what's in the. I never know what's in the fridge. This could be dangerous.
Cristal?
Usually something falls out of there. We got a bit of shredded cheese. Ooh, some strawberry water. And here we go. Freezer. Ice cream sandwiches, burrito, and P.F. Chang stuff. The bed is not made, but there's a bed back here. It's not made. Usually is. We've got a shower and a bathroom back here. RGV tour guest book. So anybody who's anybody signs the guest book. The very first guest book got lost in Connecticut. There's a $5 million reward now out for it. Still nobody's found this thing. But if you have any knowledge of the very first guest book, please let me know. It's been highly sought after. Patrick, the RGV is an awfully sweet ride, but it's a little big. Do you got anything smaller that we can get around in? And my answer is yes. Come on outside, let me show you this hog. Conveniently located on the rear section of the RGV is a fat golf scooter. Now this baby takes corners like you wouldn't believe. We just pop it off the lift here. Got a spot for a golf bag on the back here. Gets up to about 20 miles an hour. But you know, you're plugging in your phone, you got a place for your drink, and you're the coolest cat on the links when you're on a fat golf scooter. This thing is a ton of fun. Now we've reached the portion of the interview where I gotta tell you to get the heck out of here. We got a ton of golf babes coming over. It's gonna be a wild party, and you gotta get out of here. Boom!
You also had another super unfortunate thing happen that involved your car and your parents on the tour.
Yeah, so I get, I actually took a satellite stop, which I call it. Was my buddy was getting married in Texas, so I had to see him down the aisle, and I get a text like the day before from my parents, and it's my mom. She's like, "There's fire everywhere, but we're okay." And I was like, "What sort of text is that, Mom?" Come to find out that they were living. Well, I knew they lived in Paradise, but the campfire, which burned down the entire town of Paradise, had wiped out their home. And so, I mean, you could do a whole nother interview on that thing, because it's a total disaster. Their house is completely gone. I had my normal mode of transportation was out there. It was a little Mini Cooper, and we found that thing. I've seen the pictures of it. Just, I mean, it's not operable anymore. Let's just say that. So that was a devastating blow. Your parents are homeless, and so are you. You were just a bunch of hobos out here at the Koenigs. But you know what I think? It's all about your attitude. And my parents had a great one. You know, it's just stuff, and they're okay, and they're still happy. That's good. Thank you for saying I'm one of the most positive people you know, because I make an effort there. Because I mean, I think everybody has negative thoughts that constantly are creeping in, or something that is not all positive. And maybe it's just mental training to get to a point where, you know, you see them come in and then you push them out. So that's everything. You know, if you just kind of go after the positive stuff and really focus on that, boy, it changes your day, and it changes your mood, and it changes the people's mood around you. I mean, I've been a much bigger believer in just the whole good vibes thing. And I don't know if they reverberate extra hard on the golf course. You know, you shank one in the woods, you're not gonna be like, oh, that's great. That's a nice cedar tree I hadn't looked at. I mean, I don't think that ridiculous, but it's about how quickly you get over it, and don't let it affect your mood. Droning.
So approximately how many high kicks were kicked on the RGV tour?
I mean, at least, I'd say we averaged at least one high kick every other round, at least. So 200 pretty solid kicks.
So you consider yourself a, semi-professional high kicker?
Yeah, I mean, some people think I'm out here high kicking every shot. Like, I hit a drive down the middle, I just like roundhouse kick somebody in my foursome. It's not the case. I save them for good moments, and then I, sometimes I'll do 2 or 3. Sometimes people ask for them. They're like, I want a high kick, and I'm not gonna let them down, so I give them what they want. Just do it. I mean, I think just to jump off. I mean, don't just be stupid about it. This life this year has been all about living for me, and it's because I made that decision to really pursue something that I loved. And I mean, I don't think you have to do it always as aggressively as this sort of thing is, but that's how I kind of do things anyways. So if you don't, you always wonder what it would have been. If I wouldn't have done the RGV tour, I would have wondered what it would have been like until I was dead, and I would have died a sad man. And nobody wants to die a sad man. No matter what happens, they'll be like, 2018 was the year of the RGV tour, and it certainly was awesome. I think that there's a good lesson that I've learned is, no, I've learned nothing. You're still here? It's over. Go home.